Welcome back to our rendezvous and proximity operations sequences video series to go through all the different RPO sequences that have been added into SDK Astrogator for SDK 12.2. And so this time we're going to be looking at another one of our forced motion sequences. In this case, it's the Follow Sun sequence. And so I have this here in my MCS already. We just had our standard RPO satellite that gets loaded in with the load tool, and then we added a Follow Sun sequence. We'll just use the default parameters, and we'll take a look in a moment at what that does. Before we do that, just kind of give you a little bit of background here. The Follow Sun RPO sequence, it places the chase satellite between the target satellite and the apparent sun. So first it needs to move away from its current position to the starting point of a forced motion circumnav that's going to place it along that sun line. And it's accomplished via a set of forced motion waypoints like we do for other forced motion circumnavs. That's going to move us by default in a near straight line to get into that forced motion circumnav. So once we're there, we can define several different parameters. Our standoff distance from the target satellite, the number of forced motion waypoints in our circumnav, that's going to keep us in that sun line, and then the number of revolutions to maintain as we do this Follow Sun sequence. And then there's also a potential lead and lag time we consider. And that would allow us to either lead the sun or to lag the sun, so positive or negative values respectively, so that the chase satellite's not exactly between the target satellite and the sun. And so this is useful for, if you have sunlight, so you can have visibility on the target satellite and various other purposes. And so we have this all here. I'm going to run it. And you can kind of take a look in the MCS as it's correcting things. It's a fairly complicated process. Maybe complex is a better word to describe it. But we're doing a lot of different things, and as witnessed by the targeter, it's doing a lot of things. And once we converge here, take a look and see what it did, and kind of have a preview. It's previously converged here in the 3D graphics window. So we'll give that a moment. It's done there. And then we are going to set our animation time to the beginning of the Follow Sun sequence. And we're going to zoom to the RPO satellite in the 3D graphics, make the 3D graphics big, kind of move us around a little bit so we can kind of see what's going on there. And we start here, our RPO satellite does. It follows a set of forced motion waypoints in a near straight line to get us into a forced motion circumnav. And you can kind of see there's our target sun vector. So when we get from here to here, we would hope that the target sun vector is pointing essentially right at us. And so let's go ahead and this time step should be okay. Give it a play there, actually bump it down a little bit. So we're going to be in that sun vector. That's the goal. I'm going to get into the sun vector direction as we approach and arrive here. And we want to stay there. So you can kind of see as we do our forced motion circumnav, we are staying along that sun line with respect to the target. And so that is what our Follow Sun sequence does. Pretty nifty thing here. And it'll keep going around. So thanks for listening, and please tune into the rest of the series.